I'm glad that's done. That took a while to carry all those back here. I haven't showed you a picture of how we're going to build this building, and this isn't an exact picture or anything, but this is very, very similar. I just found this on Google. Very similar to what I'm building, and I'm going to put that up right now. So anyway, what I'm going to try and get done today, I've got my transit out here. For those of you that doesn't know what a transit is, a transit is basically just a big level that'll cover a big area. It uses a laser beam spinning around to project a flat line, and then you walk around with a stick with a laser receiver on it, and it yells at you whenever you're close to grade. When you're setting up your transit, you always want to put it someplace out of the way where you're not going to bump it or have to move it again because it's in the way of what you're doing. So get her set up kind of close to level, just as you can with an eyeball. And then once you set the head on, turn it on, it'll level itself. This thing is super, super, super handy to have when you need it. Although admittedly, I don't use it all that much. The other fun toy I brought today, another fun toy that I don't use that much, is a jumping jack tamper. This one's quite old, but it still does the job. I've got several of these actually, so I should be able to keep one going for forever. She's usually pretty reliable. Anyway, you get the idea. I'm gonna dig down in the corner of where each shipping container is going and take 2 of those concrete blocks and set them in there so that that shipping container's got something good to set on hard and to keep it up off the ground about 8 inches or a foot. So they got a wooden floor on those containers, so you don't really want to keep them right on the ground. A lot of people just set them right on the ground, and I don't care for that because eventually something's going to start rotting, whether it's your floor. I'm sure that stuff's treated, but how long is it really going to last? I mean, even treated lumber doesn't last forever sitting on the ground. And then, you know, eventually the metal cross members will even start to rot out if it's wet enough. I mean. Okay, so I've spent the last little bit here triple checking all my corner stakes and remeasuring, resurveying, squaring up, and all that business. So while I'm waiting on the old transit to rev up, might as well draw this thing out for you so you see what I'm doing. Let's just say that's our building right there. All right, now shipping containers are 8 feet wide, and these big concrete blocks I'm using are 6 feet long and 2 feet wide. So if that's the edge of our shipping container right there, this inside space is going to be my 30 by 40 with the roof over it. Now I want these containers up off the ground a foot or thereabouts, so there's room underneath of them. I can slide stuff under there, and also it keeps them up off the ground. So in the middle here, I'd actually have a gap along the bottom of the containers. So I'm going to fill that with stone. And to keep the stone in there, I don't know what I'm going to do yet exactly to keep it from rolling underneath the containers. But the blocks, like I said, are only 6 foot wide. So we're going to have to lay one that way and another one that way, and that's how we get our 8 feet across the widthways. And that'll also go towards a little bit towards helping me keep some stone from going underneath the containers. So the $79 Harbor Freight mini nuclear reactor is starting to make some sort of little low-end bearing noise on the downstroke. Hear it? I don't know what that's about, but I'm just gonna send it. She's chooching, boys. About flipping time. All right, so I spent some time fiddling around with my grades and figuring all those out and my cuts. So like right here, I'm on the front right corner of the building, and I've got what are we cutting 13.5 inches out here. So we're gonna have a block situated this way and then one situated this way. Now this being the front side of the building, it is sloping this way, so this end I have set 4 inches lower than the rear corner up there, like I mentioned previously, so the water will run to the doors if there's ever water in there. So let's get started digging. Being what it is today, it should come as no surprise the camera died whilst I was trying to lower you into the hole, but I've got her set. I checked it with the transit. She's right on the money, just where I wanted it. Now I'll dig the one going this direction. overdug by a lot more than that. Put the dirt back in the hole, quickly. Well, to be completely honest with you, that absolutely sucked. I've got them all in here. It took a while. The one-man band marches on, and it's one of these days where I really would have liked to have an extra set of hands jumping out and checking grade and spinning the blocks and setting them in there and everything. It really pain in the butt getting in and out of the machine 1,000 times, but I got her in, I got her done. Everything's pretty close. What I found is that these blocks are extremely inconsistent. Now, I didn't buy these blocks from a manufacturer. I got these at an auction somewhere, so they're probably from all different manufacturers, and you know, not everybody takes the same care. I think there's different tiers when you buy these things. If you're going to put them together for a retaining wall, I think they're really precise. But if you just want bin blocks and they're junk, you know, they don't really measure them when they're forming them up or anything. I think there's just a form. They shoot the concrete in there, screed it off the top, and go to the next one. So they're not super precise, but they're good enough for what they're for. They really don't need to be that precise, so it's all going to work. I got them all sloping to the outside and to the front, so we should be good. Got to get the Connex boxes drug out and brought back here and backfill all these blocks. That's going to be the project I'm going to do right now. I'm going to get the skid steer and I'm going to backfill all the blocks and whacker pack them in real good so they can't move when I set the boxes on them. Alright, well I gotta cut that video off here because my Verizon internet is absolutely terrible. And if I try to upload a video over 30 minutes long, the world might explode. Anywho, the building is nearing completion, and if you follow me on Instagram, you probably already know that. I was out there today doing some more work on it, getting the roof finished up, but I'm already editing the next part of this video, so stick around, hit the subscribe button, helps me out, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.